Autumn in northern India should be a time of celebration. The harvest is in, and festivals fill the air with joy. Instead, a pall of smoke hangs heavy over the land, choking the air and casting a shadow on the festivities. This is the season of farm fires, a practice as controversial as it is widespread. Every year, millions of farmers set fire to the leftover stalks and stubble in their fields after harvesting rice, releasing a toxic cloud that engulfs the region and beyond. These fires are not a celebration, but a desperate measure driven by economic necessity and a shrinking window of time. They are a stark reminder of the challenges facing India's agricultural heartland and the urgent need for sustainable solutions. The consequences are all too real. Air quality plummets to hazardous levels, schools are forced to close, and hospitals overflow with patients struggling to breathe. The most vulnerable, the young and the elderly, bear the brunt of this man-made disaster. The acrid air serves as a potent symbol of the complex interplay between agriculture, the environment, and human health. It is a call to action, demanding a deeper understanding of the problem and a commitment to finding a way forward. To the casual observer, setting fire to a field might seem like an act of wanton destruction. However, for many Indian farmers, it is a calculated risk, a necessary evil in the relentless cycle of sowing and reaping. The problem lies in the short window between the rice harvest and the planting of winter crops like wheat. Farmers are under immense pressure to clear their fields quickly to prepare for the next season. Stubble burning, despite its drawbacks, offers a seemingly quick and cost-effective solution. Traditional methods of removing stubble, such as tilling it back into the soil, are labor-intensive and time-consuming. Modern machinery, like happy seeders, can offer an alternative, but these are often too expensive for small farmers to purchase. Government subsidies are available, but the process can be bureaucratic and slow, leaving many farmers frustrated and disillusioned. Caught between tradition and technology, many farmers feel trapped, forced to choose between their livelihood and the environment. The decision to burn stubble is often made out of desperation, not ignorance. To truly address this issue, we must understand the farmer's plight and provide them with viable alternatives that are both affordable and effective. In the age of satellites and big data, it seems almost inconceivable that we could lose track of something as dramatic as a raging fire. Yet the task of monitoring farm fires in India is far from simple. Currently, India relies heavily on data from two NASA satellites, Terra and Aqua, to track these fires. These satellites, equipped with specialized sensors, orbit the Earth, capturing images of the Earth's surface, including the heat signatures of active fires. This data is then analyzed to identify and map the location and intensity of fires. This satellite-based system has been instrumental in raising awareness about the scale of the problem. For the first time, policymakers and the public have access to near real-time data on the number and distribution of farm fires. This has helped to focus attention on the issue and galvanize efforts to find solutions. However, like any tool, satellite monitoring has its limitations. Relying solely on a system that provides only a glimpse of the situation can lead to an incomplete and potentially misleading understanding of the true extent of the problem. While satellite monitoring has revolutionized tracking farm fires, it has flaws. Reliance on this technology exposes critical limitations. One major drawback is the limited observation window. NASA satellites pass over India only twice a day. Fires ignited outside these windows go undetected. Farmers may time fires to avoid detection. Discrepancies exist between data from different satellites. These limitations highlight the need for a more comprehensive monitoring approach. Section 5. A new lens, counting scars on the land. Faced with mounting criticism and growing evidence of the shortcomings of its current monitoring system, India is now exploring a new approach to counting farm fires, measuring the scars they leave behind. This innovative method shifts the focus from detecting active fires to assessing the aftermath. Instead of relying on fleeting glimpses of heat signatures, the new system will analyze satellite images to identify and measure the areas scorched by fire. The Indian Space Research Organization, or ISRO, renowned for its technological prowess, has been tasked with developing and implementing this new system. By leveraging advanced imaging techniques and sophisticated algorithms, ISRO aims to provide a more accurate and reliable estimate of the total area affected by farm fires. This shift from monitoring to measuring represents a significant paradigm shift in how India tackles this environmental challenge. By focusing on the cumulative impact rather than fleeting events, the new method promises to provide a more complete and accurate picture of the problem. While still in its early stages of development, this new approach holds immense potential. If successful, it could revolutionize not only how India monitors farm fires, but also how it develops and implements effective policies to address this pressing issue. Section 6. Beyond the haze, health, economy, and a global concern. The smoke from India's farm fires carries a toxic cocktail of pollutants. It poses a grave threat to health, the environment, and the economy. The most immediate impact is on air quality. Northern India, especially Punjab and Haryana, sees hazardous pollution levels. PM2. 5 particles trigger respiratory and cardiovascular diseases. The vulnerable, like children and the elderly, suffer the most. Hospitals overflow with patients, schools shut down, and productivity drops. The economic costs are staggering. Reduced crop yields and healthcare expenses impact the economy. This regional issue has become a global concern. Smoke travels thousands of kilometers, affecting global air quality. Section 7. Sowing solutions. Alternatives to stubble burning. Breaking free from farm fires demands a shift in agricultural practices, embracing sustainable alternatives. One solution is incorporating crop residue back into the soil. Specialized machinery like happy seeders can sow the next crop without tilling. This improves soil health by increasing organic matter and reducing erosion. Crop residue can also be used for biofuel production. Stubble can be processed into pellets for renewable energy. This reduces fossil fuel dependence and provides income for farmers. Agroforestry integrates trees into farming, offering multiple benefits. Trees improve soil fertility and provide habitat for beneficial insects. These sustainable alternatives can empower farmers. Section 8. Policy paralysis. The need for effective enforcement. While technological solutions and sustainable alternatives are crucial, they are only part of the equation. To truly tackle the problem of farm fires, India needs a robust policy framework and, more importantly, the will to enforce it. The current legal framework, which includes bans on stubble burning and penalties for violators, has proven largely ineffective. The reasons for this failure are manifold, ranging from weak enforcement mechanisms to a lack of political will. One major challenge is the sheer scale of the problem. With millions of farmers spread across vast geographical areas, monitoring and enforcing compliance is a daunting task. The limited resources allocated to environmental protection agencies further exacerbate the problem. Moreover, the political economy of farm fires is complex. Farmers, often operating on thin margins, are reluctant to abandon practices that, while harmful in the long run, offer short-term economic benefits. The government, wary of alienating a crucial vote bank, has been hesitant to take strong action. To break this policy paralysis, India needs to move beyond symbolic gestures and implement concrete measures. This includes strengthening monitoring and enforcement mechanisms, providing adequate resources to environmental agencies, and most importantly, engaging with farmers in a meaningful and respectful way. Section 9. United for Clean Air. The power of community action. The fight against farm fires cannot be won in courtrooms or government offices alone. It requires the active participation and collaboration of the very people most affected by the problem, the farmers themselves. Community-based initiatives, driven by local knowledge and a shared sense of responsibility, have shown great promise in tackling this issue. In several villages across Punjab and Haryana, farmers have come together to form cooperatives, share resources, and promote sustainable alternatives to stubble burning. These grassroots efforts are often more effective than top-down government programs because they are rooted in the realities of rural life. They build trust, foster a sense of ownership, and empower communities to take charge of their own destinies. One successful example is the Parali Project, a community-driven initiative that promotes the use of happy seeders and other sustainable farming practices. By providing training, access to machinery, and a platform for knowledge sharing, the project has helped farmers reduce stubble burning and improve their livelihoods. The success of such initiatives underscores the power of community engagement and the importance of bottom-up approaches in addressing complex environmental challenges. By empowering local communities, providing them with the necessary resources and support, and fostering a sense of collective responsibility, we can create a cleaner, healthier, and more sustainable future for all.